let's start with a 1 minute of silence meditation. So take a deep breath in and breath out and relax your body. As you sit relaxed, feel the relaxation, the peace within. It's a beautiful morning. Everywhere there is peace and calm. And I'm feeling happy for I have made this time for spending with myself, for the self-reflection and going deep within, experiencing the peace that I hold within. So just with myself and the thought of peace, and the next few hours, I will experience that peace deep within me. So at this moment, if any other thoughts about any other task come to my mind, I just put it aside, that I can look at it later. But right now, the time is for me, and I'm ready to experience and explore the peace. Om Shanti. Welcome everyone for the peace module, the third session today. And I hope many of you who are joining again will remember what we experienced in the last session, and whoever had not attended before also, you're welcome. There is always a new set of exercises that we do with which to experience a particular value. So today we are continuing to explore on peace. Welcome everyone. And I'll just quickly show the sessions the workshops that we did so far are already 16 sessions we did on so many values. We looked at positivity, resilience, valuing the self, spirituality and practice, valuables through values, as well as exploring peace. That's what we did, 2 parts, and today is the third session we are going to do. And myself, my name is Anu Patel. I'm joining from Vancouver, Canada. And I am a researcher in the pharmaceutical industry. And with Brahma Kumaris, I'm a regular meditator for about 10 years now. And with this values program for about a year. And truly, I enjoy this program a lot. And it's such a valuable program that enables me to look within and find the values that I hold within, and all the sharings while facilitating, all those sharings from people help me to learn to look at and pay attention to my values in actions, and values are the things that make our life beautiful. So I'm very happy to be a part of this program, and looking forward to spend the next 2.5 hours with all of you, sharing what it means to be peaceful and learning from you. So welcome and thank you everyone. And I will welcome also my other 2 co-facilitators, Dr. Manoj and then Brother Praful. Thank you.
Okay, good morning. Thank you, Sister Anu, and welcome all of you. I am Manoj. I am a doctor by profession, and to be specific, I specialize in kidney problems in children. It's called pediatric nephrology. I'm based in Pune, and I'm attached to a few major hospitals here, and I'm also working as a professor in a medical college called DY Patil Medical College here. So it's good to see you all, and I am associated with Brahma Kumari since almost more than 11 years now, and with the Vihasa, this spiritual approach, this program, what we are doing for you all, since last 6-7 years. And I'm very happy to see that we have quite a few international people today. So it's good to see that. Though less people have joined, but doesn't matter. Let's start. And over to Praful Bhai for the further proceedings. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Dr. Manoj. Hello, everyone. Myself, Praful. Am I audible? Can someone confirm?
Yes, you are.
Okay, great. Because I'm unable to see my video on display. Anyways, so uh, welcome everyone. It's pleasure meeting you all, and I really look forward this Saturday because this 2.5 hours is really very good fun and learning for me as well. As Sister Anu mentioned, we have been in a journey of completing 16 sessions, and all of those sessions gave even us, all the three facilitators, new insights. By profession, I'm a chartered accountant and associated with Brahma Kumaris since last around 18 years. Vihasa, I have been actively involved since last 5 years. And this peace module, which we have been doing, I really love this value because over here at Brahma Kumaris, they mention that peace is innate quality of the soul. And when I really look forward to the outside world or to my friends and colleagues, what is it that they're really looking for is peace or happiness. So peace is, I feel, that very much inherent thing which any one of us would like to have. And I really love this module. So yes, I'm here with you all for the next 2.5 hours, and we will be exploring this module much in deep. So let us start with a short exercise. I'll quickly share my screen for all of you all. Let me know once. Yeah, I hope you all can see the screen. So let's go into the reflective mode. I would again request all of you all to keep aside everything and just visualize your last day, the previous day. So yesterday was 2nd of October, and most of you all must be having a holiday, especially those who are from Bharat. Uh, so let's scan our entire day from morning till the evening. And as you all scan, I would request you all to just see which were the peaceless movement or which were the moments of the day where you felt a little bit of anxiety, a little bit of waste thoughts, a little bit of, envy or anything. So start from the morning, the time when you get up, and what were the thoughts? Were they peaceful thoughts? As you'll get ready, just scan your thoughts. How were the thoughts yesterday? Now you can visualize your breakfast, your meeting with your friends, with your family members. Some of y'all were working. How was your work? How peaceful was it? Your interactions with colleagues, friends, any moment if you can recall which caused you less peace, which caused you a little bit of different thoughts other than a peaceful one. And you can scan till the end of the day. You're with your family, your kids, your parents, spouse, and finally you at the bed. So now in this scanning, if you all have identified any thoughts which were less peaceful or which made you peaceless, I would request you all to ponder upon those couple of thoughts. It could be just one or two moments, it could be even many, but I would just suggest you all to ponder upon two thoughts. And then, what would you do to remain peaceful in such scenario? Just think over it for 30 seconds and then we can have sharings. Okay, so now I would invite you all to raise your hands so that we can listen from you. And all that you all need to do is just share one or two words or maybe three words. What do you all do to remain peaceful in any situation which brings you peacelessness? Who would like to share? Okay, Jinal, please go ahead.
Yeah, yesterday, sorry. Yes, can you hear
Yes,
me?
yes, you're audible. So you need not describe the situation. Just
Okay,
mention what do you do, because we really have 5 minutes to complete this exercise.
okay,
What do you
okay.
do
Yeah,
to
yeah.
be peaceful? Yeah, go ahead.
So I stopped thinking about that. It's okay if I receive. It was about like today's workshop. I didn't receive the mail confirmation mail. So then I thought, okay, fine, no worries. Maybe I'll receive it tomorrow, early morning or something.
So did you receive it or like?
Yes, no,
Okay,
yes, I
okay,
received it.
great,
Yeah.
great. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank
Anyone
you.
else would
Yeah.
like to share? Ashwini Gupta, would you like to share something? Ashwini Kumar. Yes, Swati.
Yeah, so when I recognize that there is some chaos and I'm not able to make people understand, so I withdraw.
Withdraw. Okay,
Yeah,
great.
so withdraw so that I go inside and do introspection,
Got
how
it.
I can process it and do it better.
Awesome. Yogeshwar, would you like to share?
Yep, Om Shanti Prabhu bhai. So
Yes.
basically, most of the time, I will repeat my affirmation so that it will
Repeating
help me.
affirmations. Okay, that
Yeah,
brings peacefulness.
yeah, yeah,
Thank
yeah.
you. Vinayana, would you like to share?
Uh, yeah, actually, when such situations come, I tell myself this is a paper that has come for me, and I have the capacity to solve this paper.
Okay, so this is a test paper and
Test paper.
you have that capacity. Great.
Yes.
That brings you probably confidence as well as peace. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Dr. Shungeri, would you like to share something?
I do. Can you hear me?
Yeah, yeah, loud and clear. Please go ahead.
Yeah. I take time to meditate, and because meditation has more positive effects on mind and body, so I meditate
Awesome.
and
That's
listen to
great.
some relaxing instrumental music that helps me forget the stress and focus more on peace. Thank you.
Great. Thank you. Shaila Patel, would you like to share?
I try to make everything perfect as far as possible.
You try to make everything perfect. Okay, yeah. So if things are perfect, of course, there will be no peacelessness. That's great. Rita had raised her hand. Rita, would you like to share?
Yeah, hi.
Yeah.
I actually immediately go into a meditation, and I go into chanting, and I find
Okay,
that helps me so much. That helps me. Thank you.
great. Meditation and chanting. Yeah, definitely it helps. Anyone else remaining? Vasant, would you like to share? Dr. Vasant? Swati, followed by Swati. Okay. Seems they are not around. Anyone else remaining? Gitika?
Yeah, hi, Ashwani here. I usually try to reframe whatever is making me feel peaceless, so that it makes me have a little bit more control on it. And then I also try to remind that it's like a puzzle which I need to solve, because I like problem solving. So whatever challenges I'm facing right now, which is making me feel peaceless, I try to reframe it in my mind as a puzzle, so that I have to solve it and I have to learn from it. Yeah. So and also to remind myself that whenever I'm feeling peaceless or lack of peace, I should go deeper into meditation the next day or in the evening, more physical activity and meditation that will help me become more strong to handle such challenges.
Great, great. Very nice, I think. This is a very new concept which I heard, thinking it as a puzzle. Okay. Similar to the one which earlier shared as an exam paper, but yeah, puzzle makes it more interesting and reframing that helps. So I'm seeing on the chat window, Sophie Hungary has mentioning, I don't need to understand everything. Only I have to accept anything, what happened. I don't know how I can give signal to say something. Okay, so what I understand from this chat is sometimes if we don't have complete clarity, that causes us peacelessness. But accepting what has happened, that really helps us getting into the peaceful stage. So acceptance, very good, Sophie. Ashwin mentions we listen to music to stay peaceful. That's great. Thank you. Okay, a couple of last sharings before we move on. Anyone remaining? Dr. Shungari, did you share? I missed that.
My sister would like to share.
Okay,
Sir.
okay.
I just remember one thing, that everything is temporary in this world. Like even the person which is in front of me, he is also temporary. So when we are in like some books we have to take alone, especially when we are in medical field. So I just remember this and I become peaceful. Before I didn't used to think like this, but now because I have faced so many situations where I was very panic and I was not remain peaceful.
Got it. Got it. Thank you so much. Yeah, everything is temporary. That really, helps us stay calm. Sometimes when I think about this coronavirus, again, I have the same thought. Probably this will go off. So yeah, thank you so much. I think we have wonderful sharings on the slides, and well, I think in interest of time, we'll stop here. So let me quickly read it. Stop thinking. It's okay. No worries. Withdraw, introspect, and process internally. Repeat affirmations, or what we call it as somans. This is an exam paper. Come to test me. I try to meditate for positivity, play some meditation, some instrumental music, calming music. I try to make things perfect. Okay, meditation and chanting. Try to reframe, control, and remind. It's a puzzle. To learn from it, try to meditate. Don't need to understand everything. Accept the situation. Everything is temporary. To stay calm. Awesome. So see, you all have shared such beautiful things. So really speaking, we don't need any module for exploring peace. We already have explored so much. But yes, we have something more to it. So we'll just end this exercise here. I'll request now Dr. Manoj to just briefly introduce what's Vihasa for our new participants. And then we'll start with the next exercise. Over to you, Dr. Manoj. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, brother. And thank you for all of you for your sharings. So I know there are a few new people in the audience, so we have to do justice to them, and we'll be taking the sharing. It may be a bit of repetition for y'all, but we'll be doing the introduction in a short way. Okay, let's start. So as you can see, all this is a part of what we call Vihasa, the acronym. It's Values in Healthcare, a Spiritual Approach, and it's basically a personal and team development program, which was initially developed for healthcare professionals, but now we apply it to all professionals far and wide. This Vihasa program is for whom? It's for everyone. As you can see, as Praful Bhai told you all, you know many things you're already doing, but it is just to polish and try to use it more. So it starts with the self, and it's also for every professional, as I told you already. Let's see the genesis of this program, how it started. Our very dear late Dadi Janki was the instrument for this. While she was serving in London, she was admitted once to the hospital there in the NHS, the National Health Services, for some minor cough cold. And she saw that the doctors who were coming there for the rounds, the nurses who were coming to visit her, were not really having a genuine smile. They were not internally happy, though smiling from outside, but they were lacking a sense of self-esteem. They were lacking their inner morale. So she then approached this group of people. Majority of them were Brahma Kumari students, regular followers. You can see these beautiful smiling faces. And they are all those people who are understanding what the human mind needs. And they are basically psychologists, psychotherapists, organizational consultants, occupational therapists. So all these 8 to 9 people, they sat over 4 years. It was under the auspices of Dadi Janki's name. It's called the Janki Foundation for Spirituality in Healthcare. And they came up with this beautiful program. 4 years they did brainstorming and they came up with this modular program. Module means something very structured. So let's look at the key principles of what this program is all about. The first key principle is physician heal thyself. So it's basically, as I said, for healthcare professions, they are already physicians. But when we say physician, heal thyself is, it applies to me as my physician. I can take care of my own self. And you all have already done that. If you have taken care of your mind and your thoughts are peaceful, you have already started your healing. The second key principle is we learn through each other's experience in this program, what I like to call facilitated experiential learning, whereby you're learning, but not in a didactic lecture mode. You're learning through each other's experience. So it's experiential. And we are just there, all three of us, to facilitate you, to just make things easy for you. And all the exercises are based on this one key principle of, or rather one key note of appreciative inquiry, whereby when you sit in groups with each other, make sure you're in an appreciative mode and a genuine appreciation which stems from inside. And the last key principle is whatever you learn over here from each other's experience, make sure you can translate it back into your personal and professional life. That is called the action planning mode. And today we are on the part 3 of peace, which is the action planning mode indeed. And don't worry, the people who have joined new, we would be feeling, oh, we have missed the first 2 parts of peace. No, it doesn't matter because all these activities are actually very, very different from each other, though they are interconnected. And each and every part of the module also is mutually exclusive. So even if you miss one exercise or miss one full session, you can just directly switch on and enter directly without having any that, oh, you missed something. So don't worry about that. Let your state of mind still be calm and peaceful, not trying to think that I have missed something. As I was mentioning, facilitated experiential learning, you're aware of this proverb that if you hear something, you forget it because it is something casual hearing. When you see something, you do remember because the visual apparatus is taking control of you. Registered what you have seen, so you tend to remember usually forever. And finally, when you do something with your sense organs, with your activity, with your behavior, you understand the importance of that. So all these activities are done with self introspection and reflection. I'll come to these tools later. And all of you all are supposed to share with each other in a very supportive environment. You know, that's what I feel great about this Vihasa. All of us, not only you, even all three of the facilitators, we have been doing it since a long time. We never feel, oh, we are wasting our time. No, on the contrary, we feel that we are really investing so much of time in our own healing. You all are really those fortunate few. You all are just around 15, 16 people, but you all have found out time for yourself. This 2 hours you have taken out time on a weekend to basically look at yourself inside and induce your healing. Let us come to the tools. The first tool, which we know all of you all have already mentioned, meditation, which is to take care of your thoughts. Visualization is something which you do from the inner eye, what we call the inner eye, third eye. Creativity is a very good tool along with play. Both these usually go hand in hand, and they are what we call the function of the right brain, which we call the creative brain, in contrast to the left brain, which is more of a logical brain. Appreciation, I've already covered for you that what is appreciation? It has to come something from inside. It has to be genuine. We have covered in a positive of appreciation. I would just like to tell you all because people are new here. We also try to make sure that when we appreciate someone, we need to be specific and tell them what we are specific thing. We have to identify the human quality beneath that, and also make sure you avoid spoilers. The next tool we use is reflection. Reflection, as I was telling you, we do reflection and introspection here. We go inside. Reflection basically means not just casual thinking. It basically is a very elevated form of thinking, whereby it is called contemplation. If you Google the word contemplation, contemplation is basically deep thinking. On a deeper level, we will give you some exercises to do to work on some situations whereby you go inside in a deeper mode and try to learn from that. What is that situation, whether negative or positive, what has that situation taught you? So that is called contemplation and reflection. In Hindi, we call it Vichar Sagar Manthan or Manan Chintan. For today is three session of peace is, as I was telling you before, that you hear something but you forget it. That's what I told you in the past slide. But listening and hearing, what is the difference between the two? The first today I'll be covering that, but let me give you another example here. That listening is something which is really coming with full attention. It is coming from inside, and it is not on a superficial level, which is hearing. And therefore, it is often said that hearing rumors are overheard. We never say rumors are over-listened. You're on the go and then you hear something and then you register inside. Rumors are very spicy actually, and it remains in your head. But that is from outside, and you were not really paying full attention to it. But listening is paying full attention with your heart, fully involved in that. Important spiritual tool. We have to practice listening, particularly in the medical professional. If as a doctor, I am at least silent for a couple of minutes and listen to my patient with full attention. And these are the modules. We have covered majority of them. We are covering peace for you today, and remaining will be compassion and cooperation, which will be. So with this, I finish the introduction. Let's move on to today's module, peaceful listening. All this is acting as a part of action planning for you all, whereby to translate it back to your work. Some people would feel, oh, we are retired, we don't work. Matter, you still are working at home, in the sense you are doing something or the other. Even that is a bit of work. And there may be some BK sisters or BK brothers today. So their workplace is basically the center, the Brahma Kumari center, where they are giving their services. That is also a workplace for them. So it doesn't really work. Don't restrict your mind to only thinking some physical work. It is all sorts of work, or rather, I must say, it is any sort of place where you are interacting with people. And your physical sense organs, your hands and feet, it's also your inner sense organs, which is your mind and intellect. So I must say that the mind is constantly at work. So can I practice peaceful listening? Let me also tell you here that we have other two modules where we'll be covering compassionate listening and cooperative listening. That those are slightly different from peaceful listening. But what is peaceful listening all about? Let me just take you on that journey today. So this activity is divided into 3 parts. I'll be taking the first part for you, a dialogue on. Apologies, I think my internet connection is a bit unstable, so I may be cutting off in between. You're getting the gist of it. The slides are in front.
Dr. Manoj, you can choose
So
to switch off your video because we are not able to hear you very clearly.
I think I can do that. Yeah, a good solution. Yeah. So Okay, so here we go. To be a good listener, what do you have to do? I'll just repeat few things to remember, which I've already covered, but now we'll just, in a proper format, we'll try to understand. You have to be peaceful inside. And the first activity which Brother Praful started was all to test that. That in a peaceless situation, can I be peaceful? So I congratulate all of you because your answers were really beautiful. Quite a few of you touched on meditation. So can I be in a meditative mode inside 24/7 to be a good listener? It's about that. Second, as I was again and again telling, listen from your heart. And when we say open posture, posture open is not a physical thing. The open posture is having an open frame of mind. When you listen to someone from inside, you have to be highly receptive. Like the other day, all three of us were sitting together. We try to organize the program and try to construct the slides with each other. A little bit of up and down happens. So are we receptive to each other's comments, receptive to each other's advice? We have to check that. Have a calm expression on the surface. Again, it's not only about the surface, it has to stem from inside. If you are inside calm, your expression outside also will be calm. And very important, it has to be a non-judgmental attitude. If a person says something which obviously I don't agree to because my viewpoint is different, their viewpoint is different. And all of us, mind well, are very different. We have been brought up in different households. We have different personality traits. We have different thought processes. We have different friends, different professions. So everything is different about us. So don't we feel everyone would be thinking different? That's the beauty of nature, that all of us are different. But with all those differences, can I not have a conflict of interest when I'm sitting in a meeting or when I'm sitting in a discussion with them? Can I be non-judgmental that time? And not say physically, I don't pass a remark. Now we are very polished. We don't pass remarks physically to each other, by which I mean by saying out. But internally, our constant commentary goes on like, oh, what does he think of himself? He's always like that. He always makes his viewpoint. So that is called a non-judgment, a judgmental attitude. So can I stop that inner commentary that is listening from the heart? Third thing is, when you are sitting in groups, the activity which you will be doing, you have to make sure that you don't have to use a lot of body language. You know, the outside world, when you are taught to be a good communicator, they tell you to be have a good body language, use a lot of postures, use a lot of body language. No, but when we do peaceful listening, things are slightly different. Here, when a person is speaking, you don't have to speak because you can be curious. I'll tell you in the last fourth point why you don't have to speak. But more important is you can be curious. You can encourage them by asking a few open-ended questions. But I would really ask you that even not to do that. If the person is having a proper flow, let him go with the flow. And just if he's stuck somewhere, then you can really be curious and ask him something. That's the reason it's called peaceful listening. Okay, it's not interruptive listening. And lastly, as I was telling you, that you have to listen with your full attention. As I told you, try to make absolutely minimal or no facial expressions, I would say. Even nodding your head sometimes. It's a good way to accept that, yes, I'm listening to what you're saying, but that can sometimes be distractive. So you don't, actually, when we do these exercises in a living Vihasa session, whereby we are sitting across each other in a living way, it's quite easy. But now internet problems, connectivity problems, you are in a virtual world. So I think you just have to bear with each other. And as I told, why you should not be interrupting, because you may distract the person from his or her flow, and their feelings, the way they express their feelings also can be interrupted. So let them tell their story in their own way. So make sure you are not distractive for them, because I think we are sitting there to induce someone's healing, and it would be a big punishment if we are trying to interrupt in their flow. You know, this has to be learned from psychiatrists and psychologists, who are one of that profession in the world who are the best listeners, because they sit with you for ages, for 40 minutes, 1 hour session, and they just listen to you. And constantly their mind is churning inside on the treatment as well, no doubt. But that's one of the profession to learn from. So I think I have given you a lot of detail about peaceful listening. In 7 minutes, I've covered this. So now, what you have to do in this activity It's called dialogue on peace. When you sit with each other, you have to interview your partner with these 2, 3 basic questions. And remember, before I show you the questions, I'm telling you again and again that this activity is all about peaceful listening. Don't worry if you are not able to understand a few things in what your partner is sharing or what he's speaking, but you constantly are in a receptive mode. You are constantly looking for the healing of the person. Okay. So what you share with each other is tell me about you and your work. So it is a very casual thing. How are you doing? How is your work? What is your workplace like? Something like that. Then you can ask what attracts or interests you about a more peaceful working environment. If you have a pen and paper, I would just want you all, each of you all to note this down so that when you are in your rooms, when you are in your breakout rooms, you don't have to ask them. All of you know that what question is has to be discussed. So you just have to listen to each other. So it will become easier for you. So second question is what attracts or interests you about having a peaceful environment. So it's a very simple thing. If you can just give an image to that peaceful environment, draw something in your, if you can draw physically on the paper, well and good. If not, no worries. You can think of some image in your mind. So with these 3 questions, I'll just repeat. First question is about your work and you. Second is about a peaceful working environment, what attracts you or interests you. And second is to draw an image for that. So with this, let's move on to some action. We'll be joining into breakout rooms now. And again, I'll just reiterate these basic rules. Be peaceful inside if you're asking questions and listen, listen, and listen. Practice peaceful listening. You can be curious about the answers, but peacefully curious. I think, Praful Bhai, should I move it on to you for distributing the groups?
Sure, sure. So we have just created groups of around 4 members each, which you can see on the screen. We have Happy Hearts. We have Dr. Sushma, Kshitij, Shaila, Sneha, and Vijay. Intuitive Ideas, where we have Amarjit, Gitika, Mahesh, Vinayana. We have a group called Loveful Lights, Anandi, Ashwin, Bharat, and Dr. Shringiri. And we have Ruhani Roses with Ashwin, Kumar, Rita, Shweta, and Vasant. And we have Valuable Voyages, where we have Anu, Jinal, Mansi Shah, and Sufi. So all of y'all 4, I'll be starting the rooms right now. And then I hope y'all have written down the questions which Dr. Manoj mentioned. In case if y'all need any help, you can raise to me. So y'all will get around 15 minutes to discuss. Make sure that each participants get a chance to speak, and let's meet after 15 minutes.
So somebody's asking actually if you can put up the question slide once again. Don't know if we can do that.
Yeah, we can do that. Yeah, sure. So what I'll do is I'll quickly put up the question slide, and I hope everybody can see. Make sure that you note down the questions. And yes, like Dr. Manoj mentioned, each of the participant can take 2 minutes, 2 to 3 minutes to explore these questions, and then you can just move around. Either you can do one question at one time, or you can do all 3, whatever feels comfortable for you all. I'll wait for 15 seconds and then I will start the breakout sessions. Any other question? Anyone having? You all can put down in chat or raise your hand. Okay, Swati, would you like to ask anything?
Hello.
Yeah, Swati, tell me.
Yeah, so I have this simple doubt that for the listening kind of a thing, sometimes you want to have a feedback also, like whether you are able to understand entirely or not. So, is it okay to ask clarifications in between while you are listening also, so that we
Okay.
capture as much information possible?
Yeah. So again, sorry, Praful Bhai, I'll just take this question. See, we are not being in an analytical mode here. Whoever is asking, may I know your name? Who's asking? Rita, is it?
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
Swati.
Rita.
Swati.
Swati. Yeah, so all of you, good Swati, you asked this question. I think I forgot to cover it actually. We are not in an analytical mode and we are not even trying to understand what they are going through. Or, I mean, in the senses, we are not able to analyze what they are doing. It is basically, we are all in a very, very listening mode. So, for example, if you're with three people and you are the fourth person, what those three are saying, you just have to listen to what they are saying, but you don't have to think of what they are going through. You don't have to analyze in your mind, oh, what is going on. No, you're just listening, because this activity, the first activity today, the 80 minutes which you are spending, is only about peaceful listening. So don't have your, because when you start analyzing inside, your state of mind is disturbed. And for peaceful listening, the first tenet is you have to be stable inside, so you don't have to be peaceless. So don't analyze, don't try to ask them many questions. Okay.
Okay. Thank
Yeah,
you.
let them
Thank
be
you.
with the flow. Yeah. Okay. That's it. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Dr. Manoj. So I'll start the breakout rooms. Hope to meet you all after 15 minutes. Thank you. Okay, so let's wait for some time till the time all join. Okay, so I believe we have everyone now. So welcome back. I believe you all might have got good time to share basically a dialogue on peace. How would you, maybe I can request Dr. Sushma to be on mute for some time. We'll have the sharings little later. And I would request Sister Anu to make me co-host. Yeah, thank you. So yeah, so now we will go into the part B of the exercise. And part B of the exercise, I would really want you all to reflect. And that reflection will be based on the dialogue which you all had in the breakout room. So again, we are not basically, as Dr. Manoj mentioned, we will not be interested to hear what exactly you all discussed there. Definitely you all had a very nice discussion, but the process of discussion, how was it? That is what the part B will be really relating to. So I would request you all to, I'll be displaying some 4 to 5 questions on the screen, and then you all can reflect on the following questions. If you all want, you all can choose to write so that you all have that thing written. What is your reflection? Okay, so let's reflect on the first question. How did it feel to interview your partner, asking open questions and being peaceful? How was your feeling at the time of interview? So I believe all of you all might have asked those 3 questions or 2 questions, how much ever time you all got. How was your feeling? Just think on it and note it down. Oops. Okay, moving ahead. How did it feel to be interviewed and listened to in this way? Did you learn anything about yourself? So the first question is while you ask question to other person, and the second question is when someone is asking you, someone is interviewing you, and someone is listening to you that way. So how was your feeling around that? Let's move on to the third question. What did you like about your interaction with each other? So I believe all four of y'all, or at least three of y'all, might have interacted. Some cases it could be even two. I don't know how many were really active. But what was your overall interaction with each other? What did you like about it? Let's move on to the next question. How effective was this way of listening in bringing out your partner's feelings and interests? Do you feel that the way you listen to your partners, did it help you bringing out the partner's feeling, or whoever the partners is, maybe it 1, 2, or 3? And the last question, how might you use peaceful listening in your work? Anything which you would like to describe the way you would be doing the listening at your work? Maybe at your workplace, maybe at your, if somebody is not working at home, whichever place where you do a lot of interaction. So I would love to listen some of your sharings around these questions. You can choose to answer any 1 or 3 questions, okay? Because we have limited time. So let's see who would like to share. Again, this sharing is not group specific. The sharing is really individual specific. So anybody can raise your hand and choose to answer. Why did we send you to the group? So that you have a couple of members to listen to. Had it been in the big group, probably each one of us might have got similar experiences, but we didn't want that. So, and that is the reason we sent you all to different groups. So let's listen the sharing. Yeah, Jinal, please, would you like to share?
Yeah. So in my group there were Sophie and Mansi. So Sophie, she's also a trainer and she loves teaching. And she's keen to learn. And about Mansi, she is also a teacher. She's of post graduation classes. So she also teaches. So I got to learn something. I'm also a teacher. So by profession, almost we are similar. But I'm a preschool teacher, and
Yeah, sorry to interrupt you. So it is very nice that you all had a very wonderful discussion. But my question is really specific to the question you see on the screen. So
okay, yeah,
yeah,
it felt very nice while interviewing both of them. uh, and I had like peaceful from peaceful peaceful listening also, and they were also quite happy to share about themselves. I got to learn something new, which I was not aware. So about I got to learn something new also from the interaction with each other,
Mm-hmm.
and I
So,
was
so do you
also quite.
feel, yeah, so do you feel like peaceful listening also helps us learning something new, which
Yes,
otherwise we may
yes,
lose out if we are not that peaceful?
yes, definitely, definitely.
Okay.
Yeah, it helps. Yeah, yeah.
Anything else would you
Thank
like to
you.
add? Okay, no problem.
Yeah.
Sure. Vijay, brother Vijay, would you like to add anything? I think you're on mute. Maybe you would like to unmute.
Okay, okay, okay.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
Now, oh, okay. Thank you, brother. We in our group were from different cities, and how we feel to interview was very natural way, because when we are having a peace inside our mind, we are stable. Naturally, we would like to know more about others. We would like to accept others as they are. We would feel happy because the feelings of love come automatically when we are at peace. So we had a very good feeling when we were interviewing each other in our group. Everybody was happy to listen to others, and feeling having love and happiness. So these are natural way of vibrations coming out of you when you are at peace, inside peace, very stable in mind. So second was, how did it feel to be interviewed? Oh, we felt very happy. Somebody asks us something, because curiosity and knowledge is our basic instinct of soul. So whenever we meet some people, maybe we are different, but we accept each other because we are at peace. So acceptance come automatically out of peace, and the feelings become of love, happiness, and very, very contented we become. And third was, what did you like about your interaction? You see, when we have a at peace, whatever you say is very pleasant. Whatever you mention looks, it is coming from our brothers and sisters. So a cooperation comes automatically. A loveful feeling, peaceful, comes automatically. How effective was this way of listening? Wonderful, because you have already told us how important is the uh, peaceful listening. Peaceful listening means when we listen anything, inside we have some manan chintan, some contemplation automatically comes. And then, if we are at peace, we immediately get the concept, or the essence of what others are saying, and that becomes a part of it as natural way of listening. And last question was, how might you use peaceful listening in your work? Yes, this is the peaceful listening is important everywhere, whether you are in work, or you're in your home, or in your social media, anywhere. Because unless you are at peace, you will not be able to understand the meaning of what others want to convey, because sometimes communication words are different from what you want to convey. So if we are at peaceful listening, we will get the essence of what others want to tell us. And when we are, as we get the essence, naturally we feel happy, because a feeling of love, happiness comes automatically, that
Yeah.
we have understood the other person. Thank you.
Yes, thank you. Great sharing. I think you covered the points very nicely. Yeah, so let's
Thank
move
you.
on. Sister Rita, would you like to add anything? Anything which
Yeah,
others have not covered? Yeah.
yeah, I'm a psychologist.
Mm-hmm.
So I'd like to explain some of these, I mean, answer some of these questions. Like it felt so nice to hear so many new things about people. Like we had Shweta, who is a PhD student. So her views, her thought processes were very enlightening. Um, Ashwini is a ward manager in a hospital in Banaras. So it gives you something different about another human being that you come to know about. So it felt very nice. And this how important this peaceful listening is. So when you are peaceful, then your own personality does come into the interplay when you're talking to people. So then you're able to listen. And then what happens is the other person is able to come out a little more. You're able to understand that other person much better. So I feel peaceful listening is very important. You keep your own thoughts down and you listen.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
then you get a lot more. So this way, peaceful listening I feel is the most important thing for everybody to pick up, so that they are able to. I don't know. God has made all the human beings so beautiful. So you feel nice to be in the presence of beauty.
Exactly.
Thank
That's
you.
nice. That's nice, Sister Rita. Thank you so much. Yeah, indeed. This is a very important quality, peaceful listening, which probably this exercise is teaching us, because sometimes we are in so much sharing mode that we miss out what someone else has to communicate to us. Okay, let's have a couple of more sharings just to get more insights on these questions. Anybody? Swati?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think it was good that Dr. Manoj had cleared my doubts previously. And what consciously I was able to see is that listening is somehow helping us creating a space in our mind so that we can absorb other person's perspective. So that is what I had understood. And later on, you can actually able to process it, not process it. But I think creating a space really help you to get a flow for a person to open up their mind. Yes.
Yeah, yeah. Very important.
So one thing which I was feel like limitation while doing this exercise, I was constantly looking at time. So
Okay.
yeah, so
So
that was the thing.
did that make you
Yeah,
peaceless, or like Arey, let us
I
complete?
was
Mm-hmm.
yeah. So that it was not a peaceless, but somewhere I was trying that everybody should get the opportunity in that limited time. Yeah,
Right, right.
yeah. So
That's
that
great.
was the thing.
That's great. Yeah, it happens sometimes if we are given limited time. But yeah, unfortunately, we are time bound with this 2.5 hours. Otherwise, we would be having as much time we could have. Anyways,
Yeah.
that's fine. Thank you so much. So yeah, I believe everybody might have got a good flavor. I would have even loved to listen from others, but in interest of time, we will just restrict. But before moving ahead, let me ask you: was there a moment like see, because all of you all are sharing everything very positive, key peaceful listening helped us, this and that. But let me ask you that were you able to consciously be in that listening mode throughout, or like now Sister honestly told that she was looking even at the time. So time dekhte dekhte, sometimes we might lose on the sentences which others are speaking. So did it happen that you wanted to speak and you were just waiting, oh, when will that other person will complete, or you lost a couple of statements? Was that consciousness really there throughout, or was it at the beginning or at the end? How was it? Anybody would like to just share that?
Yes, brother, I am BK Vijay here. Can I share, brother?
Okay, since you have already started, yeah, please go ahead. Yeah.
You see, you are very right. When we have a consciousness that my brother and sister is sharing something with me, then you want to get from them to learn in your life. Then consciousness remains attentive, and you would not like to feel that others should finish and I should speak. But this is a practice, and I think I personally have to learn a lot of making my consciousness attentive, that let others people finish. Only then I will be able to remember what others have told. See, now we had 5 people. I am very bad in memory of names, so I only know somebody was from Bangalore, somebody was Pune, and one Geetika ji was not there. But all other 2 people I have forgotten the name, so my consciousness needs to be improved so that I gather each word of everybody. Thank you.
Sure. Thanks, Brother Vijay. So I will not take more sharings, but I would just like you all to reflect. What we will do is that we will repeat this exercise, and this time what we will do is we will move you all we'll club you up with some other members. Okay. So, but this time it could so happen that you were just listening in the contents probably, but that peaceness was there, sometimes not there. There could be a scenario, but this time let's do it with 100% focus, 100% concentration, and let's see how the exercise comes, how the sharing coming out later. So the same 3 questions which y'all which Brother Manoj displayed, I hope all of y'all might have written that questions. So we would be again moving y'all to the groups, and yes, then y'all can uh, again come back in the main room, and I will ask you all further questions. So Sister Anu, are we ready with the groups?
Yes, we are ready.
Yeah. Only thing is that everyone now you all will get just 10 minutes. Earlier it was 15 minutes. So be very precise and short. See the essence again, I'll repeat as Brother Manoj tells, it is not on the content which others are telling, it is the process. How peaceful I am, how is my listening skills, am I able to give them full attention, etc. etc. Okay. So over to you, Sister Anu. Maybe you can declare the names and move us
Sure.
all. Yeah.
Okay. I'm actually not sure if you can see my screen.
We can see it.
We can see the
your
module.
screen.
Yeah.
So you can see the breakout rooms. If not, please pay attention as I am saying. So the appreciative angels, Gitika, Nehal, and Rachit. Beautiful butterflies, Ashwini, Anu, and Shreyas. Compassionate carers, Vasant, Vijay, Vinaya. Flying Farishta, Dr. Sushma, Shitji, and Mansi, and Swati, 4 people in Flying Farishta. Fragrant Flowers, Mahesh, Shaila, Sophie. Happy Hearts, Ashwani, Dr. Shungari, Jinal, and Rita. So I hope that's clear, and you have a different partner. So enjoy the focus discussing. I'll send you all now.
Good discussion. You all got something new to listen, imbibe, and also you could test your skills. So now I'll be little quick. Again, you have the same questions on the screen. Just reflect for 30 seconds. Okay, this time I won't read out the questions. You already know the questions. Just reflect for 30 seconds as to how was your experience in all the 5 aspects. And once you finish reflecting, you can choose to raise your hands. But the ones who have already shared, like Vijay Bhai, we won't take the sharings again from you all. I would request you all to, the ones who have not shared, please raise your hands. And now this time what you will be sharing is how was your experience over the previous breakout room. So the kind of experience which you did, and afterwards you reflected on what needs to be improved. And then again you all went. So I'm sure there could be some change in your experience over the previous, rehearsal kind of thing which we did earlier. So what was that incremental thing, or what is that thing which you felt different this time? So I would specifically want you all to share on that aspect. Maybe not on all these 5 questions. These 5 questions are just for you all to reflect. Okay. So who would like to share? Mahesh, let's start with you.
Yes. In the previous discussion, we had Vinayana ji, Vijay, and Geetika ji. So I felt very empowered this time compared to that previous session. because in the previous session I felt like I was not that much open. So this time I felt very much empowered and open uh, to listen carefully.
Okay, great.
And the second question, the answer would be I learned that I
No,
learned that
that's okay,
quality
brother.
should be in
Mahesh,
people.
yeah, yeah. So I was just wanting to know
Yes.
the incremental thing which you experienced overall. So
It
thanks.
was a wonderful experience
Yeah.
in the previous as well as current session.
Yeah.
Current.
So do you feel that while even going at the workplace, you would be able to sustain this thing? That is something which you need to again reflect on later, maybe not now, but this is something which we need to inculcate a practice. I know it's not very easy, but yeah, after some things. So again, that exercise Brother Manoj will take us into. But before that, let's move on. Mansi, Sister Mansi, would you like to share?
Yes, Om Shanti, brother.
Yes.
First time I was listening, but there was still a lot of things going on in my mind. So second time I was very aware about stillness of mind. So second time I could achieve that, and one realization that I got was that peaceful listening is not about the other person. It is about what in what state of mind we are in. Like even if other person is saying very
Right.
peacefully, but if we are not peaceful, then we won't be listening completely. And other way around is also possible. If other person is not peaceful, but if we are peaceful, we are very clear in our thinking. So that I
Yeah.
realized.
You hit the
And
target actually. Very nicely mentioned and articulated, that it is not about what others are sharing, and that is why we were really introspecting on our skills, how peaceful we are within. Excellent. Let's take a last sharing. Ashwin Gupta, would you like to share?
Yes. Um, so this time around, the increment was that I was more aware on listening rather
Mm-hmm.
than preparing on what I need to share. Right. So that also kind of gave me an insight that it's better to prepare. It's better to be self-prepared rather than going out there and just wing it, because then you are just thinking in your mind of what you're going to say, but you're not actually imbibing what the other person is saying. So self preparation
Excellent.
before you go into any conversation is good, and then listen with
Right,
awareness.
right. That is excellent. Because it so happens that when other person is sharing, we must be thinking, Arey, when my turn comes, what will I say? I will say this, I will say that. Oh, this is something which I have done. So we are probably thinking something else and we are not actively listening that person. Or even if we listen, we might not master something. So very nicely you mentioned, brother. So yeah, actually it's interesting listening to such beautiful experiences. But as mentioned earlier, we are short of time. So there is another last part of this exercise, and I will request Dr. Manoj to let us through the last part. Thank you.
Yes, thank you, Praful Bhai. So excellent the way you all did peaceful listening. I'll just share one or two sharings from my side, listening to your sharings. So first thing, as someone said, that when we are listening to other person, we should create a space in our mind for that person, because if we create a space, then only I'll be in that space, I'll be able to concentrate on that and do. Second thing, which Mansi very beautifully shared, that it is all about myself. I have to be peaceful, and on the contrary, the person in front of me would be peaceless because he's sharing. Maybe he's upset with something, he's anxious, he's worried, there are many emotions which he or she is going through. So if I am peaceful, I'll be able to radiate that peace to him, and then on the contrary, that will be a double advantage. I am peaceful and I'm radiating peace to him, and that person needs peace. This is a very important thing Dadi Janki used to tell in her teachings, that when while she was in England, and Sister Jayanti used to speak English. And what did Dadi Janki do? She just used to sit and give vibrations of peace to that soul. So that's what this is, what is called in Brahma Kumaris, we call this Mansa Seva, which is serving through the mind. So peaceful listening is a very important tool which will help you in doing service through the mind if you're interested in serving through the mind. And
Uh,
one more very important thing. Yeah.
yeah, Manoj, sorry to
Follow.
interrupt. Actually, Ashwin has drawn some picture. Actually, we had mentioned that you could also draw.
He wants
So
to
is it
show it.
okay? Yeah, yeah. If you can, Ashwin,
Yeah,
just
no
show it
worries. Yeah,
quickly.
yeah.
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 Okay, beautiful picture. Would you like to just narrate the image in a minute, Pradashwin? Yes, Ashwin, maybe you can unmute yourself and just narrate in a short.
Om Shanti,
Yeah.
Bhaiji. Actually, this example for my ये मेरा जैसे कि एक नदी होती है, नदी में जैसे नदी एक शांत स्थिर मन की तरह होती है। जैसे जब कोई नेगेटिव थॉट्स आते हैं तो एक बबल्स की तरह वो वर्क करते हैं, बुलबुल बबल्स उत्पन्न होते हैं।
जी।
और वही एग्जांपल में मैंने दिखाया कि ये पॉजिटिव थॉट जो है शांत स्थिर की तरह है, नदी शांत स्थिर है, और जब बबल्स नेगेटिव थॉट्स आते हैं तो बबल्स क्रिएट होते हैं। तो हमको क्या है कि मैं जब भी कहते हैं कुछ ऐसा होता है अपने वर्क प्लेस पे, नदी को एक विजुअलाइज करता हूँ कि नदी देखो कितनी शांत और शीतलता से वो बहती है। हमें भी नदी की तरह शांत रहना है और नदी से शांति की जो वाइब्रेशन है वो अपने को एक्सेप्ट करना है।
वंडरफुल, बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद। एक्सेलेंट। ये आपने इमेज अभी बनाया अश्विन, अभी जस्ट इस एक्सरसाइज के
जी
दौरान?
हाँ, वो जब हम सेशन में थे तभी बनाया था।
वाह, बहुत फास्ट बनाया, और इसमें आपने अलग अलग कलर्स का भी यूज किया है। वंडरफुल,
जी जी, सब
एक्सेलेंट
है मेरे पास।
एक्सेलेंट, थैंक यू। ओवर टू यू डॉक्टर मनोज, थैंक यू।
या एंड बहुत अच्छा अश्विनी भाई, वो आपने दिखाया है बाबा फूल के साथ है, तो बाबा इज लाइक अ फूल और हमें फूल जैसा बना रहा है, मे भी अच्छी बात है। गुड, थैंक यू। Okay. Acha, people wanting to share other things. Rita wants to share nib paintings, but we'll do that later. I'll just finish what I was saying. So there's something which Praful Bhai touched upon. Since he's touched upon, I'll just spend a few minutes on that. There was अभी आप अश्विनी भाई अपना वो sharing stop कर सकते हैं because सबका ध्यान वहाँ जा रहा है अभी. So maybe we can cancel the spotlight. Yeah, thank you. So as I was saying, active listening, that's the word which Praful Bhai mentioned. Thank you, Praful Bhai. It's fantastic you mentioned that word because you would have missed it. What is the difference between active listening and passive listening? So the last sharing after Mansi, the brother I think shared was Ashwini or someone. Can I just request Praful Bhai to cancel the spotlight because people are just showing videos and it's
Actually,
just going there.
yeah, you can just
Is
go
it
into speaker
possible to
mode.
do that?
Brother,
Yeah.
it's not spotlighted. आपको लग रहा
Okay,
है,
so can
but
we just maybe disable that? I know I don't want to be mine also shown. It's just more important is that they should understand what we are saying because it's distraction. It just their attention just goes on that video. So you can. I'll just stop sharing my video. Yeah. So what I was trying to tell you is the brother who shared after Mansi, it was a beautiful sharing. He said that now I was more ready and my inner chatter, passive listening, which means that वो व्यक्ति कुछ बोल रहा है, he or she is constantly saying, but I am just in my own commentary inside. I am doing my inner chatter. Oh, what I have to speak next, what I have to do. That is passive. Active listening is the word which you have to understand that I'm fully with the person. I am full of attention with him so that I can just induce the healing. And this peaceful listening, I know listening is a big challenge for everyone. We are not tuned to listening. No one has taught in school to listen. Everyone just says, get up and speak. So it's a thing which it's actually a quality which has to be nurtured. And I think as meditators, when we regularly practice meditation, listening is a skill which we develop on, and the more we are spiritual, the more peaceful listening we can practice, because this is just a start. As I told you, we'll be doing another 2 types of listening in the next 2 modules. So good, this was a good teaser for all of you. So I move on to my sharing of the screen. I'll just do that in a minute, and let's move on to the next part. So you all had nice sharings, a nice drawing which Ashwini Bhai also showed. So now this activity is again coming back to, you can come out of a bit of listening now, too much of listening. So reflect on your own if you had 3 wishes to increase your peacefulness at work. ऐसी कोई 3 आपकी जो इच्छाएं हैं जो आप पूरा करना चाहते हो जिससे आप अपने वर्क प्लेस पे, अपने कार्य क्षेत्र पे शांति का अनुभव करो. So 3 wishes. So I'll just play some soft music. You reflect on these and then we'll take a bit of sharing. Now it could be you can draw also something, no worries. It could be a wish in the form of what physically you want to change, or it could be in a wish which you want subtle to be changed, like अपना thought pattern change करना है, emotions or feelings को change करना है, तो it could be any wish, either physical, subtle, or you want to even create creativity maybe, so it could be anything, either of them. So I'll give you 2-3 minutes. Okay, welcome back. Now I would pick on people because I know who haven't shared, so don't feel I'm very brutal when I do that. Please don't mind me picking up on y'all. So I want other people to share now. So let's start with the people who are raising hands but who have already shared before will not get a chance. Apologies for that. So let me just see who's raising hands. I think your hands have just come down. So Jinal, I'm not giving you a chance. I'm sorry because you've already done. Can I ask Sophie to share something because you haven't shared so far? Is it okay, Sophie? You have to unmute yourself. And followed by Rachit. Can you not unmute? I'll just unmute your, yeah, okay. I think you can do it now, Sophie. Go ahead now. Can you unmute yourself now? Yeah,
Now
go
it's
ahead, yeah.
okay. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, my wish is to be always peaceful and acceptive. And the second is to feel the pulse of myself first. And then the third is to feel the pulse of the others.
Thank you. Thank you so much. We followed by Rachit Jain. Rachit, you have raised your hand. Rachit, go ahead.
You're welcome.
Shanti, am I audible?
You are. Thank you. Go ahead. Yeah, you're audible.
Yeah, one thing, the first one is subtle thing, which I want is to always be in the remembrance of the ocean of the peace. Even I feel like there should not be even a second that should go away without the remembrance. Because the energy automatically gets downloaded on my mind, whatever I remember that has vibrations. So the ocean of peace, I want always to be in the remembrance. Second is observing detached observership, which means balak so malik, which means give your views according like you are the owner, and after that sit calmly as a child, let it everything happen. So I am at peace. That is detached observership. Third is physical thing, to be less to be less in the gadgets, to be less moving at some other places, like whatever disturbs the peace of mind, to be less interactive where it is not required and engaged. That's
Excellent.
the
Thank you
physical
so
one.
much. Beautiful sharing. Something about gadgets. Very good. Thank you. Dr. Sushma Lad, you are eagerly waiting. Go ahead. You have to just unmute yourself. You've forgotten to unmute. Yeah.
Sorry,
Yes.
sorry.
That's
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. So you mentioned about three wishes to enhance the peacefulness. So I want to mention that I have to do active listening. So I must be patient and I must have big heart to listen others. I should show patience. Then the second thing I can mention, I would mention that introspection, खुद के अंदर झांकना to develop peacefulness. Third thing is seeing at situation or other people from their perspective. Means what is their situation, what is their set of mind, why they are behaving like that. So I must sit in their chair and then I have to think so that I can remain peaceful, I can remain detached. Uh, the and just I wanted to show that I tried to draw this picture, during our first exercise. So it's like a Lord Buddha.
Okay, so just a minute. Maybe
think
you want to spotlight that, Praful Bhai. How do you do that so that we can see what she's saying, the Buddha? Uh, I don't know
Sister
whether.
Anu, can you spotlight?
Yeah, okay. Sister Anu, just spotlight Sushma Lar so that we can see it more in a bigger way. Okay. Yeah, thank you. So just get it a little bit forward, slightly forward. Thoda aur aage, Sushma. A little bit further, yeah. Okay, that's it. Thank you. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, yeah. Speak about it now. Yeah.
so, yeah, so this is image in my mind. If I want to enhance, increase the peacefulness in my surrounding at my home, around my home, around my working place, that if I would remain, if I do start doing introspection and if I develop the practice of being detached, like detached observer, then I would definitely will able to be in peace.
Okay, good. Thank you. Thank you for your sharing and for your creativity. I'm sorry we are running slightly late. We'll just take one last sharing, and I want the person Kshitij or Tejashwini because they haven't shared so far since morning. So either Kshitij or Tejashwini, last sharing. Anyone is ready? Okay, if not, we'll just go to Shaila Patel and Vasant because Dr. Vasant also seems to be not sharing in the breakout rooms for some, I don't know whether there's a problem with his connectivity. Okay, and either if, okay, Vasant, go ahead,
Yeah.
Dr. Vasant. Yeah.
There was a problem in connectivity. I had lost the internet connection. So I couldn't share in the breakout room. But and I asked for help also. But
Yeah, we
so
came for help, but it was difficult because you were not audible that time. No worries. Therefore, I thought you can share this. No, just share your last wishes,
okay.
3 wishes.
This is being peaceful inside and radiating peace to others while listening actively, radiating peace and being peaceful inside. And then being non-judgmental while listening actively and attentively. And third would be, I mean, you let 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 your thoughts go off and be with the person who is expressing himself, so you can get the crux and the sense of what his expression, what he is trying to convey. So these three things I feel would help active listening and attentive listening.
Thanks. Thank you. Okay, so now we just move on to. So I think Anu's sister is writing in the background. If Anu's sister can just share the screen just to summarize the.
Actually, I didn't get it.
No worries. Okay. So that's fine. All in the divine drama. So now I think you'll have got these 3 wishes. All of y'all will do something at the workplace, starting with peaceful listening. That also is one important wish, which I'm sure will be done. So over to Anu's sister for the next activity. Thank you, all of y'all.
Thank you, Brother Manoj. And thank you, everyone. Beautiful sharings and beautiful exercise of listening. I think that was very deep and intensive exercise that Praful Bhai and Manoj Bhai took us through. And as I was listening to all of you, truly, like, you know that you have got that within you, or we learned it by doing twice today. So what is that, why peaceful listening or listening skill is connected with being peaceful? As some of you pointed out, we do enjoy or feel peaceful to talk to many people, not all of the people. But in all that, however, the listening skill is, somebody pointed out that dissolving all the perspective of mind, because when we focus on their narration, whatever they're telling, that situation can evoke thoughts in my mind, so I'll judge them actually. And that's where what we do is we miss listening to them, and then I cannot bring the help that is needed in that interaction. So many things that will come afterwards, but I think if I can just listen what that person is saying, what is that person's perspective, what is that person is sharing, then I can be peaceful, and I can understand that person as well. So like Brother Manoj mentioned, there will be deeper exercises of listening later on in other modules. But yes, listening without judgment is connected with me feeling peace. So now, as we have been doing deep exploration on peace, the next exercise that we'll do now is a visualization exercise. The name is a peaceful anchor. So it's like, what is that? We all, I'm sure at this moment, you all are feeling so peaceful, and it's very clear what image or what is it in front of you that is for you, that makes you feel peaceful. So that is your anchor of peace for you. And when I'm peaceful, I'm anchor of peace for many. So it is about seeing myself, that what is that makes me peaceful. So we all will go through this visualization meditation, where one thing I want to bring to attention, that peace experience is the same for all, but the way, the method, or the thing or image that takes me there to feel peaceful is different. So it's very important to know what is the peaceful anchor for me. So let's experience that silence and reflect, visualize the anchor, the image that is the image of peace for me. So I'll be some. Okay, so relax yourself, visualize you being in peace and moving through the beautiful vision that is the vision of peace for you. Sit comfortably on your chair or wherever you are sitting, and allow the body to relax. If you're sitting on a chair, then let your feet rest on the floor and your hands rest on your lap. Sit in this silence for a while. As you sit in silence, you will see few other thoughts will come your way. So become aware of your thoughts, but in that silence, just let them pass. Hold onto that silence in the stillness that is growing within you. And now turn the focus of your thinking to your breath and just observe it. And you will likely observe that your breathing has slowed down and settling into a gentle rhythm of your own. That is your own pattern and rhythm of peaceful breathing. Just observe the breath going in and coming out for 1 minute. Focusing on the breathing that has calmed down. You experience the peacefulness growing. Now, turn your thoughts to your mind, and in your mind, start to think and consider what the term peace means to you. See the word peace and then allow an image to come up into your mind. The image that has been very peaceful for you, or the image that evokes peace for you. This image may be anything you like. A scene in the nature, or a calming person, or a place, or an event, whatever it is, that is your image of peace, that makes you peaceful. You may get more than one image, but choose one that carries the experience of calm or tranquility in it. Focus on that image until it becomes clear in your mind. Are you seeing your image very clearly? So choose an image that carries a calming or peaceful feelings in it. If you prefer, you can even choose an image that carries a peaceful sound. For example, a piece of music, or the wind blowing through the trees, or the ocean waves, or a running stream. Stay with your image or concept of peacefulness or calm. Now, observe your image and imagine you are really there with it. Stay there. This image is your anchor. Aim to stay with this picture as long as you are able to. If other thoughts about other situations, people, or events come into your mind, simply bring back your attention to your image. If other thoughts are persistent or seem to intrude into your mind, gently but firmly guide your thinking back to your image again and again. And if you're still distracted from your peaceful image, if it still becomes difficult to do, then take your attention back to your breath and observe your breathing. As you observe again the breathing, again you can go within to that inner silence and peace. Again you can hold on to that image of peace that is your anchor of peace. So, as you observe your breathing and you again feel the peace, go back to your image. This way, by focusing back on your breathing, even persistent and intrusive thoughts will eventually go away. So you come back to peace. So stay with your image for the next few moments. And when you are ready, gently bring your attention back to the present moment, back to your surroundings, and move your hands and feet and stretch a little. Hello everyone. You could see the anchor of peace that is for you, an image or an event, people, situation, whatever it is. I hope you could see that one image of peace that is for you, that you could focus and bring back in your thoughts from time to time whenever you feel peaceless and feel the peace. So at this moment, as you are experiencing the peace, as I think you are, there is such peaceful surrounding environment, I can feel it. We are all in different places, but I feel like we are sitting in one room and there's so much peace around, but with all of our own image of peace. So at this moment, let's move on to the next reflective exercise, that is valuing your ability to be peaceful at work. It can be work or anywhere, any moment you need. Now you can tell yourself that yes, you are able to be peaceful when needed, right? So value that. And to value that, to do that, we'll reflect through few questions. So I'll take you through those questions one after the other. So this is the action planning questions that after this whole so intensive reflection on peace and experiencing it, also practicing that peaceful listening, as we will go through these questions, we can create our action plan that we can take this piece to work or to our days, wherever we are, even homemakers at home, family, friends, wherever I am, with whomever I am with, I can experience that peace. So I'll play some music and then slowly take you through these questions. So I hope you're ready and you are with me. So the first question, what is your view of being peaceful at work now? Means after reflecting through peace so deeply at work or wherever you are in interaction, wherever you are in the day. What is your view of being peaceful? How do you see yourself when you are peaceful?
Sorry, sister, there's no music. So if you can just raise it to or share it properly.
I have shared, so let me see if I can increase. Can you hear music?
No, not at all.
So I'm not sure.
Yeah, it was not there. So maybe it's okay. Just carry on like that. No worries.
Okay, so we'll move to the next question. What will you do differently to allow yourself to be more at peace, at work or wherever? So I'm sure you all have that image very clear where you can go to feel the peace. But now it's action planning that what will you do even to sit quietly, to dissolve any perspective about others or judgment, whatever is that action that you'll do that is different than what you have been doing, that will allow you to be more at peace.
Now we can hear. It's okay.
Okay, so this will be very spontaneous answers, because sometimes if we think too much, they do not give the right perspective. Or to know the self, it's important that the moment a question comes, know what is the answer coming from within. That tells me who I am, and if I have that ability, then I can know myself well and I can make changes that needed to be in me. So instantaneously, what is the answer coming? That is my first instinct or perspective. So we'll move to the next question. What will you do differently to allow others to be more peaceful? So we saw what is that I will do for myself to be more peaceful. What will you do differently to allow others to be more peaceful? What actions? Okay, we'll move to the next question. In what ways do you think your workplace will benefit from what you will do differently? So now see How will it impact the actions that you'll do to change, to bring more peace at work? Okay, let's move to the next question. So reflect on the session that we attended just now. So did you meet others who shared the same ideas as you? And what were these ideas? The next question, were there other ideas you heard and liked? Were there some other ideas from other sharings that you liked, that inspired you as a method to go to peace? And the last question, how could you sustain yourself and colleagues in being more peaceful at work? Is there still something, an action you can do, or few actions? That way you can sustain the peaceful atmosphere at work, sustain yourself and colleagues. So whoever are at home, they can still think in the family scenario. So thank you, everyone. I hope you have answered very well to all these questions and you know yourself much better today. and you know what is the peace that means to you, what is that image that's always with you. So carry that with you. And with this, I will hand it over to Dr. Manoj Brother to take us through the session review. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, sister. I don't know whether people want to share. Anyone wants to share, or you all have taken the sharing? No.
We can take some sharings,
Yeah, you
maybe
can take
2,
a few
3.
shares. I think people who haven't spoken, the last one, Shaila Patel hasn't spoken, Kshitij hasn't spoken, Gitika and Anu. I
So
would
yeah,
request all of you all, yeah.
share anything, how you're
You all
feeling.
have been just silent spectators. We'll just give a chance to others, Mahesh, before I come to you. And Vinaya, do you want to share? Vinaya, Shreyas also haven't spoken so far.
Yes, Vinaya, you want to speak?
Because we
At
won't
least
leave you
tell
all
us.
unless you don't share.
At least tell us what is the
I'm very
peaceful
particular
anchor
about
for you.
everyone should be sharing. That's the beauty of Vihasa. You can't be a silent observer all the time.
Okay, so if not Vinaya, who hasn't spoken, Manoj brother?
And Shrungeri
Yes.
wants. Shrungeri, I think, already spoke today. Okay. Fine. So we'll
Yes.
move on to, yeah,
Okay,
share.
Shaila, go ahead.
Yeah.
Hello. The first one should come inside, and then second one, what will you do differently? That non-reactive, and third one is give good vibration of peace to others.
Nice. Okay.
From others, who shared the same ideas, is calm and peaceful environment. And the other's idea you heard and liked is acceptance, cooperation. And the last one is understanding and accepting each other.
So beautiful. That's your actions. Very nice. Beautiful. Thank you. Thank you, Shaila. If you have any, okay, so we'll move to some other 1 or 2 sharings. We have little time left. You can also share what is your peaceful anchor. What is that image or event or situation that makes you feel peaceful? Who else will be sharing?
We have 2 Ashwinis. One Ashwini was already shared in Hindi. Ashwini Gupta wants to share.
Ashwini Gupta?
Are you there?
Maybe
Yeah, I'd
Shreyas?
already shared a couple of times. Yeah.
You have shared, okay. So Ashwini वो दूसरे वाले जो हैं 342 अश्विनी आपने शायद शेयर नहीं किया है या आपने किया है अश्विनी आप अनम्यूटेड हो अभी यू कैन आप बार-बार अनम्यूट म्यूट मत करो अभी आप अनम्यूट करो एक बार एंड देन यू कैन शेयर हाँ बोलो अभी बोलो हाँ आपको बोलना है कुछ
Okay, if not, who? Vijay has spoken.
Mahesh, you can go ahead now. Finally, we'll take last because time is going. So others are not responding.
Yeah.
I don't know why you all are unresponsive. Okay, Mahesh, go ahead.
Yeah. Om Shanti Bhaji. The first answer would be accepting myself for the first question. The second question will be acceptance of situation and people. The third answer will be sending the peaceful vibrations. And the fourth one will be channelize our actions towards objective of the business. If you do think differently at the workplace, and the third sixth would be were there other ideas you heard and liked? I mean, in the corporate offices, we can do one thing like asking all the employees to be in silence for at least for 5 minutes every day. That we can suggest in the corporate offices. And the last one would be sending the good vibrations, and doing meditation daily will help to be consistent.
Okay, thank you, Mahesh. And I'm feeling very guilty. Vijay Pal will just tell you the last sharing and quick 1 minute sharing only, so we can end. Vijay, go ahead.
Thank you, Brother Manojji. And thank you, our sister, for taking up to meditation. Now you have given me 1 minute. I am a peaceful soul, and so you all are peaceful souls. When we have this anchor in our mind, everything goes smooth, everything goes very loveful, everything goes very helpful and happiness. Now, this practice will follow not only at work, at every second, every moment, that I am the light, point of light, and the child of the ocean of light. Once we remember this at all the time, we can be a Karam Yogi, we can be a Sahaj Yogi, we can be a blissful yogi. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much. So let me just take you now to the last part of today's session. So we'll just take a session review, what we have done so far. So you'll have seen that the first thing is, which you all did today, was designing peace. You all tried to discover how is it at peaceful, but very important in that activity we again and again were mentioning is peaceful listening. So you all practiced peaceful listening, and you know the advantages. We covered in detail about the advantages, what is active, what is passive. You all came out with those nice sharings that when we listen to someone, we should be with them for, I mean, we should be with them from the heart and also from the head, which means you create a space inside for them. And also one of you all also said that we have to be uh, not having a talk inside, and it is peaceful listening is something, it comes to me. I mean, I am responsible for being peaceful. The person in front may be peaceless, may be anxious, may be stressed, so I have to radiate that peace to them. So beautiful thoughts you all had, and it is a difficult thing. I agree, listening is not taught and listening is difficult, but you all have practiced it very well in the next two modules, and I'm saying again and again we'll be practicing more. Then Anu sister took you all into the meditative experience of a peaceful anchor. How is that anchor is like where you can put your foot on that, and if it's a peaceful anchor, you can always feel peaceful. And finally, then this is the last activity for the peace module also, is about how you can be peaceful at work. And this ability of being peaceful at work, is it really valuable? It is indeed valuable. You churned on all those different questions. So it's indeed, when you go at work, how peaceless it may be from outside, or people just trying to raise, they are raising their voice, but they are also provoking you to raise your voice. So even though they are provocative, but can I still be peaceful? जैसे हम कहते हैं रिमोट कंट्रोल सबके दूसरों के पास होता है, so can I take the remote control back to me and try to remain peaceful? So that's it. And let me just go on to the next slide if it is there. The last thing I wanted, the first thing or rather I wanted to show you all is from the first slide, we have these only two modules remaining now. So I want all of you all to write down in the chat box both these C's, compassion or cooperation. So which you all want? If you all can just quickly type your answers in the chat box so that I can see that. Compassion or cooperation. Right, and in the meantime, answers are coming. I think people have started writing. I move to Praful Bhai. Yeah, so we have, I'll just finish off this in a minute, Praful Bhai. Cooperation, compassion, so far only, and someone is saying anyone will do. So still it is like half, 50-50. If we get more for one, we'll do that one. Compassion is scoring more. Anyone else? Last
Operation.
one.
Actually, even
Compassion.
I'm getting on personal this thing.
Compassion.
That is probably
How much? What are
because
you getting?
no, actually,
What are you getting? Compassion or
yeah.
cooperation?
Actually, everybody, please now respond to everyone, not to host only, because what is happening is someone is sending to me and someone to Manoj Bhai. Send it
Oh
to
yeah,
everyone.
actually I realized it's coming
Yeah,
to me
yeah,
privately. I forgot it was
yeah.
to
So
others.
now,
Okay.
please, everyone, send to everybody so that we get a total score.
So compassion is scoring more. Yeah. So
Yeah,
we'll take compassion.
compassion is perfect.
Over to Praful Bhai now. Okay.
Cooperation.
We will take Shrungeri cooperation after compassion. Okay. Because many people have said compassion before you, so don't mind. Okay.
Okay.
Anyways, there are just two remaining, so yeah, one of them. So I think this will be in the similar format wherein we will have maybe 3 sessions for each of the modules, followed by the second module where we can again have the 3 sessions for them. So thanks everyone for joining, and would love to hear your feedback. How was the peace module for y'all overall, or maybe today's session? If you can just write that in a couple of words in the chat section, so that we get a quick feedback as to how do you feel about the session.
I actually wanted to ask if there is an image that's very easy to share, one or two, just one word, one image that's your anchor or piece. Anyone? Not an explanation.
Oh yeah, and I'm sorry to interrupt. I just totally forgot. Sorry, Rita. You have all your time to share your nib painting. So Rita, you can go ahead and share it.
Yeah,
Because she
please.
said
Yeah,
I forgot that. Yeah.
I think Shrungari also has something. She's showing
Yes,
again and
Anna,
again.
I have drawn a star, lucky star with heart, calmness in heart.
Say that again.
Anchor of peace.
Can you again show and tell?
I have drawn here a heart and a star. I am a star with a calmness in heart. So that is my anchor of peace.
Beautiful. That's really beautiful. Yeah.
Good. So are you ready, Rita sister? You wanted to show your nib paintings, or are you there, Rita sister?
Yes,
or you
yes, she's here. Can you unmute? Please, you need to unmute.
Can I share?
Yeah.
Yeah, please. 1 second. I'll just
Yeah.
give you the sharing privileges. Hold on.
Yeah.
Yeah, now you can.
Yeah, I'll just do it.
You're sharing your computer screen, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is this being shown?
No.
No? Then maybe I don't know how to do it.
Are you on your cell phone or PC?
Cell phone.
Okay, just share screen. There will be a green button at the center. Share screen, new share, and then choose the screen button. Just see if that if you can do that quickly.
Yeah,
I don't think is she able to. No. Have you done it before, Rita? Or
no, I've never done it before.
Okay,
I've never done it before.
Maybe the next time you can get that thing.
Yeah, I'll show it directly on the instead of
yeah, you can directly show like that. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, I'll do that next time.
Okay, you want to do next time?
I would love to show those paintings. That's something slightly different, but I'll do it next time.
Now also what you can do
it on the camera?
Just a minute, Anu sister. So what you can do now is your camera quality is very, very clear on mobile. So we can see the paintings beautifully. So what you can do is instead of your face, you just keep in front of you that painting. We'll be able to see that immediately right now. You can do it, or it's difficult.
I think the images are in the
I'm not in my house, so they're not there with me physically.
So next time you'll be prepared. Yeah.
I'll be prepared next time. Thank you.
Thanks, yeah. Praful bhai, go ahead.
Yeah, sure. So yeah, it's almost time up. So may I request everybody to please turn on the camera? We can have quick photograph. And meanwhile, I'll just read the feedback which we have on the screen. Brother Vijay says, wonderful, peaceful, happy, blissful session. Then Jinal says, thank you so much. Great work done by all of you for conducting this webinar. Thank you so much for your this thing. There are a couple of more feedback which is on my personal chat window. You all can choose to share with everyone. Dr. Sishma just did. Nice discussion, being patient and open to others. And with my emotions, ups and downs in my life definitely helps me to be those kept charges, changes bravely. Great. Thank you so much. So let me quickly grab the photo. On the count of 5, I'll click the photo. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. 1 second. Let me click. Just hold on. Don't turn off your camera.
You can turn on Vijayji.
Yeah. One more photo I'll click. The photo came beautiful. Once again. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, we have that. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining in. And hope to meet you all again next time, next Saturday, 9 a.m. IST. with a new module altogether with fresh exercises, and I hope it will be more interesting, compassion. So let's sit in silence for a minute and we'll close off the session. So let me recall what I have learned today. Right from the beginning, when we did warm-up exercise of what do I do to become peaceful, followed by the exercise which we learn to listen patiently, learn to listen with peace, and then the beautiful reflections which Sister Anu took us through. Let me take one thing for myself, which I will practice this entire week. It could be anything. Okay. Thank you, everyone. Have a nice weekend and hope to meet you all next Saturday. Om Shanti. Bye-bye.
Bye. See you
Bye.
all next Saturday.
Thank you.
Have a great weekend, all of you.